field, and Julie Johnson doing as she's done.
And a quick start for the Portland Thorns.
He's been capped 10 times. Here's McDonald. Change of pace. Stops it, puts it through the legs, and scores off the post. Brilliant individual effort. It's goal number 6. Out of the theater of the imagination.
And Morgan Brown plays a threatening ball in, and that's a goal. Looks like Jessica McDonald got her thigh or knee on it. Oh, high cross, and a header is in. And McDonald is onside there, trying to knock it down to the line. It bounces in. Coleman couldn't get there.
Oh, high and Menges. Oh, what a pass and what a finish by Jess McDonald.
Ball sent in. McCarty. McDonald on the run. McDonald does it again. McDonald towards the near post.
And we are on, I believe,
Doing this for a while. So
on air, and we are live. Jack and El Rojo, IT Ryan, and Jet, who apparently is going to run away, is all here. Jessica McDonald scored 50 goals. This is episode 664, and we have a lot to talk about. We have a lot of news to cover. Afghanistan youth national soccer player dies after trying to flee Afghanistan on an American plane. Youth soccer coach sentenced for sex crimes against children. Not 1, 2. That's awesome. Hope Solo and Megan Rapinoe are feuding. We're going to talk about that. And Officer Flowers may join us to talk about trespassing laws, because I got trespassed off Fair Farm, and I have video of that, of 3 officers trying to get rid of me. It didn't work because I had my paperwork. What?
recently?
No.
Oh, from
2000, I don't know, like 5-6 years ago.
Right, I know that story. I just didn't know if it like happened twice now or something.
No. Have you seen the video, Ryan?
I didn't know there was a video. No.
Oh, there's 2 videos.
2 videos, not 1, but 2.
Yep. We do. All of that. But first, we have Jack. What's up, El Rojo?
What's up?
He broke his mic.
How did you do that?
You had a game yesterday and today. What happened?
Wait, can we hear him?
I think so.
Yeah, we're good.
We won
Go for it.
first game 2-0, and then lost second game 2-0.
Embarrassing.
Yes. Well, the first team we beat, they were all white. So.
Dude, put that in your
And
face.
then the second team was all Mexican.
Mexicans or Hispanics?
Hispanics.
I will be here
Latinos?
next Sunday.
Jet, don't interrupt.
And Jet. Jet's with us today. He's not in his Deadpool costume. He's really like suffering right now because he's missing his YouTube and his playtime.
Hey, I was never on YouTube because you always took it away for some reason.
You trying to claim that you
gotta
don't
stay in the
go on
mic,
YouTube?
man.
Yes.
Gotta stay in the mic.
Okay, I'm leaving and I will be here next week.
What are you gonna do next week? What are you doing next week?
Oh, it's Chet.
I'm just gonna show you stuff I built. Okay, done.
That's it? You're gone?
Yes.
All right. Thanks for nothing.
Oh,
All right. Well, he's gone. Shut his mic off, I guess.
I don't remember which one he is. 3? No, that's me. 3. I'm 3.
Well, he's
I
not
think-
2. That's Jack's 2, right?
I'm good. I can hear, so.
Well, sure you can hear. Then, oh, he's 3. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
4.
Yeah, you are 4.
The mics change every week, people. I don't know
They
why.
do.
They just do.
I don't know.
I've got a mic 4 with a headphone 2.
And we got an extra camera that I want to point up there.
What did you drop?
I don't know. I'm just,
Phone.
Breaking stuff
yeah.
left and right.
So that's what we have on our show. We don't have Deadpool, which is not good. But first in the news, we have Jessica McDonald. And I believe there's overlays. Yeah, but that's not the overlay.
Oh.
Jessica McDonald scored her 50th NWSL regular season goal on Saturday night, helping the Courage to a 4-0 win over Kansas City. Jessica is one of 2 Americans that scored over 50.
50 over 50 in like
50
what
goals
context?
in the NWSL. They scored 50.
Wow.
And Jessica McDonald was the leading goal scorer in the NWSL. And that wasn't good enough to get her on the U.S. national team. She had to do a bunch of other things and keep being awesome until they finally selected her. And the same thing with Lynn Williams, top goal scorer in the NWSL. And they finally allowed her to be with that very prestigious selective group.
Why isn't she on the team now?
Who, Jessica?
Yeah.
I don't know. Jessica, answer that question. Why aren't you on? And I don't know. If they had her, they would have won the gold medal because Jessica's a winner. She only wins. She won a national title, Division I, with North Carolina Courage. Scored the goal. Said some bad words. I can read lips. And she wins a national title, Division I, and then she went on to win. Was she at 3 world championships in club? And then she won the World Cup. And she would have won the Olympics if they took her, but I don't know what they're thinking over there. I mean, sometimes you just got to find players that not only can score and do things that others can do, like her long throwing and stuff, be the best person, teammate on the sideline, on the field, whatever. Sometimes you just got to build a team. Teams matter. My best team at Phoenix College was 2013. It was talented. Like I have a lot of talented players at Phoenix College every year, but I had leaders. I had unbelievable players that were good people off the field and on the field, on the bench, starting, non-starting. It was a different group, and that whole mentality of the locker room, all that matters about creating a team. And I don't know about their locker room because it was all about, hey, take a knee or Megan will get upset, according to Hope Solo. And we'll talk about that in a short while. But Jessica scored her 50th goal yesterday, and we have a video of that. Let's take a look at it. Just short.
Headed on and up, and Jess McDonald.
Can't hear us, but yeah, it was with the head. She scored a lot of goals with her head. And how do you like our new studio? Well, it's the same studio. Like the backdrop? Comment. Let us know. If you have any questions, you want to be part of this podcast, go ahead. And we're hopeful to be interrupted by 2 guests to talk about certain things by Officer Flowers. And I doubt Jessica will call in. I emailed her, and no one checks email anymore. But yeah,
Was she going to be the possible second one? Or is there?
Yeah, she has the link. She can come on anytime. But it's the time difference and everything is a problem. Big problem. But Jessica will be on the episode 700. She comes on every 100th video or podcast. And we're on 664? I only do 1 a week. I used to do five in a week. Maybe I can speed roll it so we can get her on quick.
I thought you were still doing like mini audio podcasts, or you were planning on doing that.
No, I segment these podcasts and send them off.
You should.
I should. Other news before we get on to the sickies of the pedophiles that roam all over U.S. soccer. Zaki Anwari, a member of the Afghani youth national soccer team, was one of the people who fell off the U.S. transport plane to his death Monday as residents were seeking to flee the country.
Wait, it was a kid? How old was he?
I think he was 17. I could be wrong, though.
That's terrible.
They put young. I don't know. He was trying to get out, and I think he was one. I'm not sure, but he was one of the ones that got his legs stuck in the landing gear, and then he was just flailing about. It was horrible. But that's because the politicians and leaders we have in this country are special needs.
I don't have the words for it.
Yeah.
At least saying they
Neither does Biden. He doesn't have the words either.
Oh, he has the words. It was their fault.
Yeah, it is their fault.
There's one.
No, it's Trump's fault too. So don't forget any of that. But yeah, a statement on social media from the Afghanistan General Director of Physical Education and Sports says, "With great regret and sadness, we obtain information that Zaki Anwari, one of the youth footballers of the national team, has lost his life in a horrible incident," according to CNN and how they translate things. And it probably translated horribly. I don't know. But that was horrible. But on to more horrible news. We have a youth soccer coach sentenced for being a scumbag. A former Ohio Fusion soccer coach was sentenced Wednesday to 60 months in prison for sexually assaulting a 6-year-old boy who played for the soccer club. Scotty Michael West, 35. Jack, that's your age.
35.
Well, no. Well, he was doing bad
6?
things to a 16-year-old. You're 15.
Oh, 16. I thought you
Yeah.
said
Yeah.
6-year-old.
I thought you said 6-year-old too. I was
Yeah.
like, oh.
16.
Okay.
Yep. But he pleaded guilty at the Montgomery County Common Pleas Court to 2 counts of sexual battery and 1 count each of disseminating matter harmful to juveniles and illegal use of minor in a nudity-oriented material or performance.
Is he a boy?
Ugh, that's a lot of
Disseminating-
information.
Disseminating material? What does that mean?
Or just passing out information. You're the
Oh.
grammar girl.
Was it a boy?
Grammar girl, not a
It was
law
a
student.
6-year-old boy.
And the guy was a dude too. Pedophiles usually are, at least the ones who act on it.
A lot of females do too.
Okay. Let's be realistic here. It's the same thing as homicidal maniacs. They just tend to be men. Just a fact of life. Don't get all SJW on me now. SJWs
Anyways,
want you to believe that women.
But it
capable
happens.
of murder.
It happens a lot in youth soccer, and these parents keep sending these kids everywhere. Hey, go to fly. And it's happening at hotels when they go travel to all these fake tournaments. Like, oh, I got to leave California to play better competition in Wyoming. What? Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Speaking of which, there was a second coach, a youth soccer coach who was charged with sexual act with one of his players. Will spend the next few years behind bars. Amagad Abdallah, 29, was sentenced to 3.5 years in prison for sexually abusing the minor in a Colony hotel. There you go, hotel. The crime took place when Abdallah was a coach to the child. Abdallah used to coach with the Albany Warriors youth soccer team at a hotel. There you go. That's what you're paying for. Pay to play? Yep. Pay for those hotels and get your child abducted. What the flip is going on? Why are you texting?
No, my friend keeps on calling me, so I'm telling him.
Tell him to chill
So
and get on
in
the.
other words, you are texting.
Yes.
We can see your hands
For a
in
reason.
the video.
Yeah.
For a reason. That makes it better.
So Jack,
What's up?
all right, let's do a little game here of please don't touch me.
Okay.
We're gonna do appropriate touch and not appropriate touch. I'm just kidding. I'm not touching you. I don't want to touch you with that weird hair of yours.
Yeah.
I just
I need
assumed
to
you
cut.
meant-
Dude, he's calling me.
Who is he?
Wait, just don't answer.
Who is
That's
it? Who is
I ain't
it?
Snitching.
Who is it?
Joking,
TJ?
Yeah.
And maybe he's calling to let us know that tell me he can ask questions on our podcast and we'll answer them maybe.
Oh yeah, if he wants to text you, he can text you through the comments.
Yeah. Leave a comment.
I will let
TJ,
I'll patch you through.
who's a goalkeeper for PSG, right? Yeah. PSG. He plays for like Messi soccer club. I can't name one professional player for Tuzos.
Yeah. Me either.
There's a lot of them, but I just don't follow Hispanic soccer at the professional level. Not yet, anyways. Yeah. Hope Solo accuses Megan Rapinoe of bullying the U.S. women's national team into kneeling for the anthem. You bully. Hope Solo's a bully. I have overlays and stuff, Ryan.
I know. I just didn't know if you're gonna read something. 'cause I
I'm
haven't seen
gonna,
them
as soon as
yet.
I see an overlay. Hope Solo is no longer a
I was
member.
waiting for you.
Yeah, of the U.S. women's national team, but she doesn't appear to be thrilled with the things that have operated over the past few years. In particular, she was taken with issue with Megan Rapinoe's political activism and inclusive. I guess it's kind of where we are in politics in this day and age, Solo said with the interview in goal.com. I think the kneeling thing, says Hope Solo, can be very divisive. I've seen Megan Rapinoe almost bully players into kneeling because she really wants to stand up for something in a particular way.
I don't think that's why.
Well, Hope Solo used to play with Megan Rapinoe at the Seattle Reign. Hope Solo, I've seen her play. I remember with Seattle Reign, they would all come out, and then Hope Solo would be the last one to come out, and she would have 4 officers escorting her to the field. I'm like, what the flip is wrong with her? And I mean, Hope Solo is a bully as well. She beat down her nephew. What? Yeah. Her nephew is pretty big dude. She took the U.S. soccer.
Her nephew, to be clear, isn't a child.
Well, it's a nephew. I don't know. I think he was like 17 at the time. I'm not sure.
And
Google
by
it.
Beat down, you mean physically?
Physically.
Okay.
Yeah. Which.
It's not good. I was just wondering for clarification.
And I don't mind it. Some guys need to get beat down.
No.
Yeah. Well, she took care of him. And then she took the U.S. soccer's vehicle with their boyfriend, and they got a DUI in it. And that's what you pay into, Jack. Our registration fees and stuff go U.S. soccer. And they're like, hey, let the U.S. Women's national teams drive the vehicles, and hopefully they're not drunk behind the wheel. So, Hope Solo doesn't have, the best background. But I get it. I like how she's honest about things according to her viewpoints or whatnot. But I like it. I think someone needs to fight back against Megan Rapinoe, because if you don't, she'll take over the world. Jack, if Megan Rapinoe came knocking at the door and says, hey, Jack, let's go play some soccer, what would you say?
No.
Why?
I don't know.
Seriously, Megan Rapinoe, hey, I want to play you in soccer.
Yes, probably.
Yeah.
And then you win.
Yeah, I would.
Destroy her.
Potentially.
I would destroy Megan Rapinoe. You know why?
Why?
Because I'm a man
Whoa.
with manly testosterone pulsating through my body for years. What? I'm quick. I'm good.
I was just joining in.
I can, even with the Phoenix College men's soccer program, they're talented, but if they want to play 1v1, I would destroy them. I would embarrass you, all of you.
Let's put it to the test.
And
Megan
they're
Rapinoe,
good.
Get down here.
I would destroy it. Come on. Ryan, please. But I would destroy any of Phoenix College men's soccer players, Grand Canyon, Rising in a tight space.
You think an awful lot of yourself, don't you?
Just for the heck of it. But I won't be able to walk for, 14 days. But I could do really good for 30 minutes. No problem. Let's roll. All I have to do is drink more water and allow Wim Hof cold plunge work. But yeah, you would play me. Come on, player, but all right. I'd film it too and be part of the podcast.
Easy
does it.
Speaking Easy dubs, actually.
Yeah. and yeah. And pay attention to the importance of understanding what your abilities are. Abilities are a couple things. One, talk trash. Learn how to Conor McGregor style.
Yeah.
Prior to losing. And two, make sure you know your role, which is pure domination. I don't know. And you weren't pure domination today, so
yeah, I know.
It's unfortunate. It's too bad. Speaking of pure domination, Jack and Jet had a battle, and yeah, let's take a look at this Jack and Jet battle in the backyard.
Let's.
So, all right, Jack, what are you guys doing for tonight?
All right, so we're doing. We're gonna go like this around here 10 times. Then we're gonna get the ball and just first one to make it in.
First to make it in the hole?
Yeah.
Yep.
10 times.
All right,
on your marks, get set, go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You made it.
Oh. That was siren.
Oh, I landed on my AirPods.
How badly did it hurt? Badly?
I got a bruise from it.
You still have those AirPods?
From your AirPods?
It's the black ones I had.
Oh, okay. Well, speaking of AirPods and getting destroyed with them, we're going to now do segments with medulla oblongata, or deep thoughts with a deep voice. he's going to talk a little bit about AirPods and the family jewels and those kind of things. Yeah, I hope you enjoy this. He'll be on hopefully every week with his wisdom.
Deep thoughts with a deep voice. Why is it when players on the soccer field take a soccer ball into the male gonads, someone runs over to them immediately like they're saving a child from a burning home, to grab their legs, to shake them all about, and do the hokey pokey? I don't understand. They put their right knee in, they pull the right knee out, they put the left knee in, and they shake it all about. We do the hokey pokey and turn ourselves around. This is how we get the testes out. I don't get it. When you get hit to the nutsack, you should just get in the fetal position until the pain goes away. If the pain persists more than 15 minutes, go to the doctor. Goodbye.
We get the testes out. And now you know. So we have a question?
Yes. From H. Huss. Hey, how much do you think the level of coaching has improved within American soccer the last 20 years?
It's gotten absolutely insane.
In a good way or a bad way?
Horrible way. It's too much information. It's so funny the question came up because I wanted to do a whole podcast about all these coaches, and I get all these ads on Facebook showing like a clip of what you could learn, and it's some coach leading the way, has an accent, but I don't think that's the problem, but it is a problem. And they'll be like, well, bringing a bunch of players that can't play soccer, and so and he'll just organize drills with great wordplay. We're going to bring 4 players to that side of the half, and 4 players will be on this side of the half, and we're going to have 1 neutral player and 3 players on the outside. 1 touch, rebounds only, so you're really just a wall. That wall serves a purpose of quick play. I don't even know what accent that even is.
It's been changing. It's getting a little bit Trumpish.
Let me finish. And what we'll do here is every time you take an attacking touch, you will be able to shoot forward and make, I don't know. This is like all the coaches do now is they create a circus. And it's an organized circus. It's beautiful. It's something you pay to go watch. You're like, wow. Look how he has all those players doing all these lines, and he's giving out great information about you. Every time you receive the ball and turn away from pressure and find a rebound player on the 1 touch, you are going away from the player that's pressing you, and it makes you a better player because you're in between the ball and the defender, making you great. I mean, it's not even an accent. But the thing is, I'm getting all hopped up about this because it's insane. They do a whole circle. I gotta be careful what I was about to say, but they do this whole like circus, and it looks good. Everyone's organized, and it's not soccer. And the players are like, I just need to survive this drill. It's not soccer. We're so concerned about finding some coach that can organize a session and make everything look like, like I was a physical education teacher. It's all about management and getting players to be in certain places to roll and keep it organized and safe. And that's your job. That's what they're doing. There are a bunch of PE coaches out there that use wordplay to make themselves look good. And I know this for a fact, because I did it as a coach. That was the expectations of, can you get them to do some skeleton drill with the ball and develop them to play into a certain robotic trance of, we play this way, we're going to do this because this is what I learned at practice, kind of rhythmic BS. It's so dumb. All we should be doing as coaches right now is we need to stop coaching like...
we have a call.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Is that... Yeah, and I think it's... Juan Flowers. And I'll finish this point after I'm done with Juan. Bring Juan on. What's up, Juan?
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Is your sound on? Oh, yeah, you're going to turn him up. There you are.
I'm good. Yes, sir.
You're going to hear an echo
How
for
you
me.
doing?
Good. Hey, quick question.
Yes, sir.
I was trespassed by 3 Phoenix PD at Fear Farm. How common is that? Is that you're obviously an officer for how many years have you been an officer?
About 27.
Okay, so how many do you think you've been called to do trespass or issue a trespass?
Well, in the past, when I was on the streets, it is pretty common, especially if you work the night shift, especially after someone's been drinking or there's been a problem from a fight or something like that. Sometimes that's an added charge as well. It's not the original charge. For example, if 2 guys are fighting in a store, or if they're shoplifting, the ticket is shoplifting, and then all of a sudden you add the trespass to it as well.
Well, the officers that were coming after me, just pure trespass because I had an issue at Fear Farm, and I have video of that. So
okay.
So Officer Flowers, I'm hoping you're going to start your podcast, which will be awesome. It'll be great. And
yes, sir.
Yeah, and we're going to let you go because I'll see you at work tomorrow. But thanks for coming on. Appreciate your information on that, and stay watching, and you can see how I got trespassed by 3 officers, and you might know them.
Okay, you bet I will.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for coming on.
Take care. Yes, sir. Bye now.
Bye. So that was Officer Flowers, and I didn't even think about that, Ryan, to be able to do that. But with the echo, and I think it's on the podcast too. But we apologize for that. But Officer Flowers sounded good. It's just our side, but we'll fix it. So Officer Flowers is he works for Maricopa Community Colleges, and he oversees Phoenix College's campus. So I know him from there. And we worked a jiu-jitsu tournament together. We got talking quite a bit. But anyways, I appreciate you, Officer Flowers, for letting us know a little bit about trespassing. But I've been trespassed. But before we show the trespass video, because I was part of Fair Farm, and
wait, hold on.
What?
Before you get on to that point,
yeah,
going back to the last thing you're talking about.
I'm going back to that.
Oh, it sounded like you're
sorry.
giving backstory.
Well,
we have a comment about it. So.
Well, going back to my little rant on all these coaches that get education of how to create a circus of beautiful movement and trying to get children that suck at soccer how to be robots and make them look like they don't suck because there's not real pressure like the game itself. What we should do is get coaches to really focus on convincing families and kids to really learn to love the game differently. You have to become a part of the culture. You need to play the game every day, and you need to play in an environment where there's freedom. You play in the streets. A lot of the best players in the world come from the streets. That's where they come from. But no, not here. We pay for a service that goes on Tuesday and Thursday, sometimes Wednesdays, and you pay for a lot of things. And then you fly out of state because apparently the teams here aren't good enough. And you have to go to California or somewhere else where they're apparently better, so you can stay in a hotel and potentially get raped by your coach. What's the next question on that?
It's just a comment. It says, I think a lot of coaches try to copy what the Euro coaches do, given that they're the most successful. So that's just HS's take on it.
Well, it's goofy, and it's a whole. And I've covered this topic in my podcast, but problem is I need to repeat them. But I want to show you the video. Show the video. There's a clip. So I had 2 interactions. So let me give the backstory real quick. So I helped create the West Side Complex, and then became the Arizona Hammers Complex, and then became Fair Farm Complex. I donated my time, sweat, energy, and all that stuff. And apparently I angered the owner, Ken Shilley, and I apologize, Ken. I didn't mean to make you angry. And he got so mad, he kicked me off. And that was awesome. And so he tried to kick me off one day, and this is the end of the conversation. It's a 5-minute conversation, but this is a clip of it. I think it's the, what's it say?
It's either Dave, you're done. Or
oh, yeah, Dave, you're done. Okay. I'm done.
Dave,
I paid $5
I'm telling you.
every time they're here.
Hey, Dave, you're done. You are done.
I don't understand
You
what that
are
means.
done.
I don't know what that means.
Well, you'll find out.
Okay, I'll be here.
I
Because
will be
until
here.
you list something I've done illegally, I will not leave the property. Because it's private public.
We'll see. No, it's not public. I don't know. You're off in some fantasy land.
I'm hiding the video. So Ken Shilley and Bobby Bussey come over, and Bobby I'm friends with, that poor guy. He was being forced to be part of that. And this is a long time ago. So I wasn't making any money there, so I didn't see any logic of doing my tournaments there. So I moved the 3v3 rock and roll to Phoenix College to give that event to raise money for the soccer program there, and that made him mad. So mad that I came back the next day, and here comes the officers. Yes. Sure. Yes, sir.
I'm here because supposedly you can't be here. Is that right? Were you trespassed from here and told not to come back?
I received an email Friday. I think 5 o'clock. We had practice scheduled here at 5:30, and Ken came here yesterday and told me that I'm not allowed to be here.
Does Ken own the property?
He does own the property.
Well, in Arizona, if the property owner doesn't want you here, you can't be here.
Right. Except he's invited the public to be here, and
But if he doesn't want you here, same like QT. QT can trespass anybody they want. It's open to the public, so they don't want him here.
Okay, that's not how I understand it, because I'm part of the Arizona Hammers. We have a relationship. We actually have a 10-year lease on the property.
You have a lease on the property?
The club does.
You're no longer involved with the club, Dave.
I am. I'm the creator, the founder, and I'm a coach.
Here's
so
the deal.
Doesn't make a difference anyway.
Here's the deal. If you're part of something that has a lease, that's one thing.
Right.
If you're not part of that organization, it's false reporting to police. So are you part of that organization?
Absolutely.
Or are you not part of it?
That's my truck. There's my logo of the
If he
Hammers.
has a lease, he has a legal right to do it.
No, he does not have a lease.
Do you carry papers with
the
you?
lease?
Actually, I think I have it on my. I have my own phone on my Dropbox.
Pay me up on the lease. That's fine, Dave. You owe me about $20,000 on that lease. It said in the lease that you owe me $2,000 a month. You paid me zero money. It's done. It's over. And it was a false lease anyway.
How is it false? How's it false?
Huh?
Now you're discussing other things, because these gentlemen are here for trespassing. If there's
It's a whole different
So back to your
Yes.
agreement, do you have documentation and stuff like that?
You show me that
Yes.
lease.
I know it's
I have it on my phone. I have my phone.
You show me where you
On the
paid
lease, it states all the business we bring
me. Show me where
you.
you paid me.
We paid 20 grand for
no
those.
Is there
longer-
a contract? Is there a
Besides-
lease?
There is a
Is it
lease.
a verbal or is it written?
It's written, signed by him.
Okay, where is it? Do you have it with you?
Yeah, show it to me.
I have it on my phone, but I'm recording this conversation to protect myself.
That's fine. If
Okay,
you have
I'm glad you are.
you can do whatever you want. If you have a lease, that's one thing. If you're part of an association that has it, that's one thing.
Right.
He's not
If there's-
even part of the association.
But whoever has the lease, if they allow him to be here,
The Hammers does. He is no longer involved with the Hammers.
well, who represents the Hammers?
Jason Rowe, right there.
Who's Jason?
Right there.
The gentleman
blue?
standing?
Yep, in the blue.
Okay.
I'll talk to him.
Let's see if he.
We just have to understand. I mean, I've tried to get understanding of why he wants me off the facility, because I've done nothing wrong. You want to tell him what I did wrong?
Here's what it boils down to. If you have a legal right to be here, you can be here.
Right.
If you don't, the property owner can decide who can be here.
Right. Now,
If he doesn't want you here, he doesn't need a reason.
Yeah.
You don't have a legal standing.
Okay.
And besides, I'm not taking the Hammers out of here. I'm taking
They're
Dave
not
Cameron.
allowed to play games without a coach. Do you not understand that?
Then if you want to take your team elsewhere, that's fine.
But that's not the agreement we have in place.
We don't have an agreement.
We bring teams here that pay $5 a card to be
Let me
here.
find out what's going on.
Okay.
Tammy says there's a lease agreement with you guys for an X amount of years to be here to do business, and right now we're just trying to establish his legalities with the lease and his rights to be here.
Well, the original question is, he says I don't belong to the Hammers in any capacity, and that's what we're trying to find out, because he's already acknowledged there is a lease.
Is
So
there a lease? There's a lease with the Arizona Hammers.
Okay,
yes,
that's fine. Is he
a
part of that organization?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Then you need to, if there is a lease, you need to either get rid of that lease.
Okay.
Or the other avenue I suggested earlier. All right. Well, you're part of it. You can stay today. That's all I need to do.
Thank you.
Okay.
Did I get kicked off?
Yeah.
No, I had a legal.
I was wondering, yeah.
So I got a lease on the property as a member of the Arizona Hammers board of directors, as the director of coaching. A 10-year lease, signed twice, so we kept it at 10 years. And we're doing that for a couple reasons. One, we want to protect ourselves, and two, we wanted to. You have to have at least a 10-year lease to be able to get to apply for certain grants to get money to get like turf fields and stuff like that. So, yeah, we had a lease that signed twice. And this is what happened. Not to sidetrack from everything else, but that's kind of how I roll. The board of directors, which I should have on this show now, it's kind of went on. Stacy Farmer, Marty Flores, who else was on that board? All the board members. They decided after to tear up the lease and redo. I just get out of the lease. So they tore up the lease and signed a different agreement or whatever. And then, of course, Arizona Hammers were kicked off within, I think, 10 months. Could be wrong. But what we should do is have the Arizona Hammers board that stabbed me in the back, which is okay, and have a conversation. What happened? Why'd you do that?
What was the huge deal? I'm
So,
following.
Yeah, it was very confusing. Nothing made sense. So I didn't get any money for all the time and energy I put into that facility. I just created things. I brought in the Food City tournament, AYSA. I created tournaments, the 3v3 Glow, the 3v3 Rock and Roll. I was just trying to bring any sorts of income to keep Ken Chili happy, which seemed impossible, and I think it's impossible to this day. But I was doing whatever I could to make that happen. And then it was becoming very apparent that I wasn't going to ever make a nickel from that place. And the things kept changing far as, Hammers didn't have to pay to, they had to pay because they weren't getting enough money. And all that work I did and all that stuff, it was just too much. I'm like, you know what? Why am I giving him more money? I mean, 3v3 Rock and Roll, 3v3 Glow, any Arizona Hammers tournaments, all the tournaments we were running brought him thousands upon thousands of dollars. And I'm like, why am I giving it to him? I'm like, I'm getting no return on it. I'm getting yelled at to do more. I'm like, why do I want to be in that environment? So I'm like, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm going to just focus on Phoenix College and raise money for them. If I'm going to give money, I'll rather give it to Phoenix College student athletes. And because I did that, he kicked me out because I heard him. Because I took the 3v3 Rock and Roll, and that took $7,000 from me. And if I don't get that $7,000, I won't be able to sleep at night. As he's taking like $20 bills and blowing snot bubbles through his nose and stuff. I need more money. Yeah, so I was getting out of it. And they tore up the lease and stuff, and eventually I was not allowed to be on that property. And I was coaching the 96 Hammers, and they were good. We did really well. We had a train in my backyard for like 2 months or a month and a half before State Cup. That sucked. Anyways.
Is that why you had all those nets set up?
Yeah, I created in our little backyard. I mean, we have a bunch of video of training the 96 Hammers.
That.
Yeah, and we had to do everything there and just figure it out. And we did. And life moves on. So that's the story with that. And it's interesting. If you have any comments or questions about that, I'll tell you everything.
We actually do have a comment. It's not about this, though.
Oh. You going to read it?
Yeah, never mind.
Oh.
It's from H. Hussian. He says, are you optimistic about the 2022 WC for the U.S. men's national team? I believe it's our best squad in history.
It depends how we do in our qualifiers. So it's gonna be difficult. So we play Mexico, and are we gonna beat Mexico 3 times in a row? I don't think we've ever done that. So we could lose to Mexico at home, lose to Mexico in Mexico City, which we never win. Canada is a different animal. So just hypothetically, if we lose to Canada both games and Mexico both games, that's scary, and we're going to be in a world of hurt. And I think we'll get a playing game if we're in that situation, but I'm not too hopeful they'll make the next World Cup. But we just don't have enough depth, in my opinion. I mean, Mexico can just put different team on. They could be in the Olympics and the Gold Cup and still be doing really well. So I don't know. Canada was, I thought, better than Mexico in the semifinals. That's going to be interesting. Canada is improved the most, more than the U.S., more than Mexico. Canada's good. And when the games matter, it's going to be tough. But that's good. If the games are tough, I think that'll help them versus having an easy way to the World Cup. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. If we're healthy, I'm going to be watching and be entertained. And for a lot of people are like, oh, you just don't like the U.S. national team. No, I don't like U.S. soccer. I don't like their selection process. But every time the World Cup comes on, assuming they're in it, I'm wearing my jersey, my U.S. jersey. I'm a big fan. I love the World Cup. I love having a country I can celebrate.
It's a privilege.
Yeah, last World Cup, I had to just push for Mexico.
Were they not playing last World Cup?
Mexico. No, we didn't make it.
They didn't qualify. Never mind. I knew that.
These qualifiers are going to be interesting. I'm excited about watching that. So, yeah, that's how we roll. So, any other questions? And please comment. Email me at coachcameronpodcast@gmail.com. If you have specific comments or topics you want to talk about, I will cover it every Sunday, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Except last Sunday, I couldn't.
You skipped a topic.
Oh, the President's Cup. I don't even have it on my list. Do I have it?
I have it right here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. President's Cup. Put that overlay on. Yep. USU Soccer, USYS, is proud to announce that the 2022 Far West President's Cup is heading to Phoenix, Arizona. Jack, do you know that? The USYS President's Cup is coming here.
What's that?
Fair question.
It's regionals. You win state, go regionals. Yeah. This is the B level. You win the B level, which you guys should do B level. Like, so the Tuzo's second team will play in the President's Cup.
Yeah.
That's it. And they'll have the chance to play at regionals and then have their own national competition.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it states this: the series presents unique challenges and experiences highlighting competition and community from the state to regional and national levels of U.S. soccer. This is so dumb. I don't like this program.
Oh, you sounded excited about it.
No. And you're going to play in Arizona, Phoenix, in the summer, in June? That's going to be hot.
Is it like an Arizona Cup, though?
No, it's regional, so the West Coast.
Seattle.
Washington, California, Nevada, the Four Corners. Oregon, Idaho, Wyoming,
Washington
Colorado.
couldn't even play in their own 80-degree weather.
That's true. I like the location for any regional event that's easy to get to. Phoenix is easy place to fly to, cheap. Yeah, it's in the middle of Region 4. But when they randomly put it in Hawaii, that's dirty.
They did what?
They'll put regionals in Hawaii.
And they're not paying for you to get over there.
No. So this is what I call the sandbag tournament. So there was a Tucson team that won nationals in the President's Cup. It's just a fake tournament, something to do, an opportunity to stay in more hotels where future pedophiles will get arrested. That's what it's designed for. We live in Phoenix, Arizona, one of the largest cities in the world, and we have to leave it to go play better teams with better coaches with A licenses because they can say trickery and how to step up and how to drop and how to get it wide and how to play the 9 back to the 10 down to the 7-11 combination play and all this stuff. And
I thought we were talking about a tournament.
I don't know. It's a B-level tournament, and they get all excited. Oh, we've been awarded the B-level tournament. It's going to be at Reach 11. It's a joke. And everyone gets excited. A lot of coaches excited. You know, we're going to regionals. I'm like, oh, really?
Is Jack playing
President's
this?
Cup. Jack?
What?
No.
No?
We choked.
No, you played in State Cup, which that's beneath a lot of teams. I don't play State Cup. I play for ECNL or DA. Or what's the next thing? How many things are there?
There's
I think
APL.
Oh, sorry.
APL. What else is there? Jack, you tell me. What are you hearing? What sounds exciting and exotic as a player? You play for. What do you hear?
There's APL, ECNL, DA, and I think
ABC.
MLS.
Oh, MLS Next.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Well, MLS Next playing State Cup?
No.
Why?
Because
do we know that for a fact? It's a rule?
Well, so ECNL and above can't play State Cup, but they could go.
Is that too good or like what?
I don't know, but like there's an RSL ECNL team that went to Texas to play that cup. But
Wow.
I don't know how it works.
Best teams in the country meet in Texas.
What about MLS previous? Will they be joining?
What?
Oh, or the MLS Next after the next?
Uh-huh.
What about MLS Next after the next? Are you going to try out for the next after the next?
I don't know.
You should. You should definitely try out for the MLS Next after the next. That would be amazing.
Has no idea what we're talking about.
Well, I don't know. Everyone gets excited.
I have two comments.
Yes.
2 comments. Okay. They're both from our friend H. Huss. I'm going to go out of order because we're going to start with our fun fact. New York to Hawaii is the same distance as New York to Germany. Did you know that?
Sweet.
Fun fact.
Why aren't we playing in Germany then? Let's go. Get out of this country.
Well, if you live in New York,
we need I don't know, let's make up a new acronym about U.S. Soccer Next, meaning the U.S. is not good enough. We're going to go to Germany.
USN?
What's that?
USSN. I was trying to make an acronym for you.
Oh, thank you. The USSN.
Sounds a little bit too much like USSR, though.
Yeah, that's why that came in mind. I think Hess, I can't see his picture, but he was a baseball coach. He worked at Phoenix College.
Do I have a picture?
No, Hess.
Oh.
I know what Hess is. He wrote a book. He's a professor at ASU now, I think. Doing well. His daughter plays at
Wait, who are
CCB,
you talking
I think.
about?
Hess, who keeps commenting.
Huss. And
Oh, it's
maybe
Huss?
You shouldn't be
H-U-S?
giving out his personal information on.
Well, if it's
podcast.
Huss, it's not Hess, so we're good.
But it is Huss, correct?
Yeah, I don't know Huss.
We have one more comment from him,
Mm-hmm.
and this is back to the are you optimistic about the USMNT? He said that he works with Mexicans who previously rooted for Mexico, now wearing USA jerseys. I guess they have allegiances to both countries like Italian Americans.
Well, that's good.
We have allegiances.
It is that way.
everywhere.
It's funny. It's funny he
Melting
says
pot.
that. There's some my team at Phoenix College, 95% of them are Hispanic, and I was shocked at like 2 or 3 of them that were pro-U.S.
In the U.S. versus Mexico.
They're U.S. I'm like, what? It just caught me off guard. And I'm more pro Mexico. Where's my jersey? I don't have it. But
sure it's around.
I don't know. I think sometimes for U.S. soccer to get better, our men's national team to get better, they need to suffer another loss. So if we don't get in the next World Cup, I think that would be amazing for a whole destruction of U.S. soccer and rethink how they do it. Because how they're doing is completely garbage.
Well, when was the last time we qualified?
We've qualified every time
Except
since
for last year?
1994, except last year.
Oh, man.
Which makes no sense because
Last World Cup,
we
not
spent
last year.
more money on that team than any other team in the history of U.S. soccer.
About the money.
It's about the money. It's about forcing everyone to get A license coaching. and banning certain clubs to be able to participate because they don't have enough A-licensed coaches who can't afford it. I can't afford it. I don't want to afford it. I have other addictions I'd rather focus on than being addicted to keep taking flipping classes over and over again to learn how to do a model of teaching from the UK that's going to be outdated within yesterday. That's what I think. And it's always taught by a bunch of people that don't coach kids. They just create curriculums, but they don't coach. They're especially a waste of our time. We shouldn't join with that. But I've had enough. Aren't you starving?
I'm starving.
We're all starving.
Jack is starving.
We're all starving.
I am starving.
We're all starving. Congratulations, Jessica McDonald, on your 50th goal, and hopefully many, many more. Keep being you and keep doing what you do and win another championship, which would be amazing. Thank you, El Rojo. IT Ryan, always amazing. And Jet, who keeps dipping all the time. And thank you,
the listener.
Thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show, and special thanks to, obviously, IT Ryan and El Rojo. If you want more of my podcasts, I have daily podcasts Monday through Friday with more advice on youth soccer development for parents and coaches. You can find us on iHeartRadio, Google Play, iTunes, or wherever else podcasts are found, or go to coachcameron.com for direct access. We'll see you next week, 7 p.m. Bye.